Hi everybody, it's Erin from Epapere. Welcome back to the channel. So for this video, this is a viewer request from Hazel to do a full tutorial on the quick pocket flip out that I did for, I did put a couple of them in the crazy quilt journal that I just finished. So you saw me make it quickly, I think, in one of the videos, but it was a time-lapse video and I just did it very quickly. So this is going to be a full tutorial. I'll mass make several of them using different kinds of paper. I'll show you a couple of different alternatives, and then if we've got time at the end, we will decorate a couple. So here we go. This is a pocket that is basically like a booklet, and then it has two pockets in it, 4 pockets actually. And it uses one sheet of paper and it folds over. So this is exactly one of the papers that I used for the Crazy Quilt Journal, and it turned out really, really cute. So I'm going to start with this one just so you see exactly how I made that one. And if you're curious as to where I got this idea, this was one that I saw on Shabby Dabby Doodah Tina's channel. So I will link her video down below if you want to watch her tutorial on it. And for her tips and tricks, I might do mine just a little bit differently. So I'm going to start with one sheet of 8.5 by 11 or A4 paper if you're in UK, and I'm going to go ahead and take it and I'm going to fold this half down, you know, quite a ways down, because what I'm going to do is flip this half up and it's going to create a short pocket. So I'm just going to crease that, and you can vary the sizes of it. You know, if you want this pocket, this flip right here to be deeper, then, you know, you can just change the place of your fold. I'm going to flip that side. See, this is why I like this paper so much, because it makes this like cute little lace lace edge on this particular pocket. So there we've got the beginnings made. Okay. So then the next step is to find and fold over to the center. Okay. And I'm going to crease that. You can use a bone folder if you like. I've got a couple different ones here. Tina used the kind of edge of her scissors, whatever you like, or you can just use your thumb. Okay, so this is basically the gist of what it is. So we've got a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, and a pocket here. So now Tina suggested that when you are doing where you fold it over like this, where these short pockets are on the inside, we want to take and just cut out this little bit right here so that it doesn't jam up the works inside that crease. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to kind of unfold this, and I'm just going to fold it backwards just a teeny little bit. I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm just going to take it, and I'm just taking out the slightest little sliver. Okay, so that's about how much it took out. So just the tiniest little bit. You just want to grab that crease. So now I can fold that back together. And now it will fold in much nicer. Okay, now the other thing you need to consider at this point is whether or not you want to punch any thumb holes. So I'm going to go ahead and unfold this again. And this time I'm going to fold it back this way. so that I have these two little flappies together. It doesn't really matter, I guess, because they're going to be on opposite ends of the journal or of the signature, but just in case you end up using this more as like a billfold booklet kind of pocket, you might want them symmetrical. So I'm just going to make that punch there. So now I've got my punches in the same spot. So I can just check that everything's laying the way I want it to again. And then you can decide if you want thumb holes on this pocket. Do you want it through both papers, both sides of the pocket, or just one side of the pocket? So, you know, for this one, we'll just do both of them. So I'm going to fold it back on itself this way so that I make sure that I'm not punching a thumb hole on this pocket. And I just want to put this up so that I can see where I need to be. So I want to be right around here. And there it went. And I kind of slipped out of my hand there. So it's usually not that explosive or exciting. So there we go. Okay, so now we've got all of our cuts and our folds made. So now is the time, if you want this inked, now is the time that you want to do that. So I'm going to demonstrate that this time out, just so you see the full tutorial. We may skip that on some future ones, but this time out I'm going to just grab some walnut stain quickly, and I'm just going to quickly ink some edges. And grab this one. Don't need a lot of distressing, I just want a little bit of I could decide if I wanted to kind of refold that back out. Maybe I want the center inked. Maybe I want this back crease done as well, and of course the tops and the bottoms. All right, so she's all inked up. Now we are at the point where we can glue it down. So I'm grabbing my art glitter glue. You can grab any other glue that it's best in this case if it's got a fine bead. Score tape would also work wonderfully. Now in Tina's tutorial, she advised you do the center line. So here, and then also here and here. Now, you can absolutely do that. I don't think it's really necessary, and I think honestly it's kind of a waste of time and glue personally, because this comes so far down the pocket that the other pocket is going to fold up and create a bottom for that anyway. I honestly think it's going to be fine. So I'm not going to do that. What I might do is just kind of put a little dot of glue on this corner down here, and on this one here, just to make sure that those kind of stay fastened. Kind of wipe my schmutz here. And then on these little flaps, I'm just going to do a line on this edge. And that one, and that one. And I'm going to fold those up and into place. Okay. So there you go. That is the pocket flip. So the way that I use this in the Crazy Quilt Junk Journal is I sewed this into the signature. You could also decide to fold this over the edge of a page, or you know, something like that. You could also just use it like this and place it into a pocket or a tuck. So they're pretty versatile. So, you know, have some fun with them. And I think they'd also be really fun to decorate. I didn't get to decorate them for the Crazy Quilt Journal because that one was intended to be a fairly naked journal, half naked journal. I'll get to decorate this one hopefully, and that'll be fun. So let's make another one. I've got a few different papers here that I thought would be fun. So I'm gonna take another one of the same size paper, 8.5 by 11. And this time I want this pocket to be a little bit thicker maybe. So I'm just gonna fold it up this much, leaving it, you know, quite a bit more here at this end. And going to, there we go. And the other variation that I'm going to make is this time I'm going to fold it back on itself so that the small pockets are on the outside of the fold. Okay, and when you do this, you do not have to make that little cut on the center. They're just, you know, there they are. So, but I can still make my thumb holes if I want. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. There we go. And in this case, you know, this comes up so far on the pocket, I'm going to not do holes on this piece of paper. I'm going to do them back here on this one. So I am just going to kind of pinch these together back here. And put those in like that. All right, and since this one is mostly like blue and white, I'm gonna skip inking this time too. So there you go. So once again, I'm gonna glue the center line. And I'm gonna glue the center line here, and then each outside edge to make those two small pockets, and fold it up. And this time it's folded this way, and you'll see when you open it up, then you've got the pocket holes in there. So that's variation number 2. All right, could you make it in a different size? Yes, you can, absolutely. So this is a piece of paper that I grabbed out of a notebook. That is a smaller size, it's got older paper. So I'm just gonna go ahead and same thing, fold it and give us that edge on it. We'll fold it in this way again. See how that paper kind of gets jammed up in there? That's why we want to just cut out that teeniest little sliver. Okay, so that has been cut out. Now the other thing that I thought I might do differently on this one is maybe cut off the top corner. Like this, instead of making it like a, you know, a flat pocket. So this one will have, instead of a thumb hole, it'll have that angle on it. Just gonna open this back up so that I can put the thumb holes in the little pockets. There we go. How about peeled paint? Let's give this new ink blender that I got from Temu a whirl. Here we go. All right, so we'll just get this glued down. I'm just gluing just a tiny bit of the edges on this one just because this paper is a little bit floppy. It's a little bit lighter weight than some of the other ones. And then the outside edges and the center edges of the small pockets. Fold it up. There we go. Now we have a smaller one with angled pockets, like that. So, could I do one with deli paper? Why not? Let's try it. So, fold this one to the outside. That corner got just a little bit, corner got just a little bit funky. So I'm just gonna, there we go, straighten it out. Okay. And this one's definitely more delicate. And I think in this case, I would probably recommend using maybe score tape or something versus the glue, but and then let's getting ahead of myself here. Let's put our holes in. When you have thin paper like this, your punches don't really care for it. So you might want to put some cardstock, and then if you're lucky, it'll punch. which it did sort of for me, but not really. So I've got a nice little impression though that I can now take my scissors and use. So it worked out. And we'll just skip it on the big one. All right. And get some black soot oxide. A little harder to ink the edges of deli paper, I will say, at least to do it quickly. So I'm just gonna take my time. Okay, how's this going? There we go. Really, you can do as much or as little inking as you want, you know, it's really up to you. I kind of like this grungy, the grungy effect. Okay, so in this case, we're going to use score tape. So I am going to, this is my 1/8 inch score tape, I believe, and, or double-sided tape, whatever this is double-sided tape, it just happens to be a particular brand. So I am going to tear off a piece that is the right size, and I'm going to stick it down where I need it. And peel off the backing and stick it down there. And then let's see, we've got a piece, I need it pretty exact here. There we go. Just going to peel that back just a little bit to get this all lined up. Does it want to come up? Does it want to come up? Let's try this side. There we go. Okay. Once that's all sandwiched in there, I think that'll be just fine. There we go. In hindsight, I should have, before I stuck that down, I probably should have. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I should have put my other score tape pieces in. So, you know, do as I say, not as I do. Be smarter than the expert, so-called. Here we go. Try and get that on straight. Yeah, this one's definitely a little futzier. Just take this bit off. And take that one off. the score tape also helps give this a little bit of stability as well. So that's another reason why I wanted to use this. Do you like my sound effects? High production value here, folks. All right, I'm just gonna finagle this. I'm sorry if the angle isn't the best. It's kind of a hard, I've gotten myself kind of painted into a corner here, so to speak. So there we go. You know how it goes. All right, there we go. That one was a little bit more work than the other ones, but it turned out cute. It's just grungy. I think we had it going this way. Yeah. Because I did not cut out the center of that one, so this just kind of needs to be recreased. There we go. So what about a 6x6 piece of paper? Could we do that? I mean, I think this is going to be pretty tiny, but I thought it was worth a shot. So let's see what happens. I think I'm gonna not do thumb holes in this particular case, and I'm going to, this is a thicker paper, so I'm gonna fold it, we'll fold it in. I'm gonna grab my bone folder and just kind of help help it find center there. There we go. And then we'll grab this little piece. I might cut off just a slightly bigger sliver on this one because the paper is so thick. But yeah, that's gonna be really cute. And I don't think I even need to ink this one. It's just gonna be a sturdy little pocket for some little goodies. There we go. This one is crackling a little bit. So if I use this paper again on this, I would recommend scoring for the fold, which you can absolutely do. I'm doing this without a scoreboard today, just to do it with a minimum amount of tools, but you absolutely can use a scoreboard. So let's see, this is music paper, so I'm going to do a slightly bigger pocket on this one, and if you're careful in the way you fold it, then the words come out right on this pocket. So I think because it's a word, I'm going to actually, well, depends on, now we'll fold it this way. They're not going to be probably seamed together anyways, so. There we go. And let's see, I've got some brushed corduroy here, ready to go. We'll try that color, see what we think of it. Let's make our little thumb holes. I think I'm going to do that same thing again where I just did the holes on the opposite side. I've got a little tear in this paper over here. Well, I've got a tear on the paper in a couple of different places, so I guess it doesn't matter. Guess it does not matter. There we go. So get this glued, and then I'm going to speed up the video while I make the rest of these so that we can get some decorating done. During this video. Have some fun with these. So, all right. And there's that one made. Okay, so in this session, we've made several of these pockets. Just move some stuff out of the way here. Made several of these pockets in various papers, in different sizes, with some different variations. I did do kind of a special one where I used a calendar page, and since it was going to be extra long, would be longer than most journals, or end up being wider than most journal pages, I ended up flipping those back. And what that does, and it needs to be glued because it's so cold in here. Maybe I should have used score tape or stapled. But what that ends up doing is creating a multiple pocket type of situation. So there's pockets on the inside of the billfold, and then you go to the outside and there's a little pocket here, and then there's a double pocket over here. So something you can experiment with if you've got larger pieces of paper that you would like to use up. And then I did take the time to decorate 3 of these. So I did the music paper one, and I decorated this using some stamps and some fussy cuts from my Northwoods digital collection, and just some various labels and stickers and some washi tape. So I think that one turned out really cute. I'm planning to do a Northwoods journal hopefully this spring or summer, so that will go really nicely in that journal. This one, I only decorated one part of the inside, but I did both of the pockets on the outside just very similarly, using some of the celestial stickers. I cut apart a die cut border to just create a border for that background, and then put a butterfly die cut on there. Just very, very simple, very quick. And then on the inside I layered some brown paper, a die cut frame, one of those celestial stickers again, a fortune from a Chinese fortune cookie, and then a punch out of a sunburst out of book page. So very, very easy, very simple. This can go in either my upcoming celestial journal, or I've got one for my mother-in-law coming up that is going to incorporate blue as well, so that might be a good place to put that. And then this cute little one, I just thought with the paper colors and the alcohol ink, it just kind of looked really cute with those tarot stickers I got from Temu. So I used those, just a couple of tarot stickers on it, because the spaces in here aren't very big to decorate, so I just kind of leave those blank for whatever can fit in those. But this can go in kind of a mystical, magical type of journal. If you'd like to see me build one in that theme, let me know in the comments, because I think that would be super fun. Yeah, so anyway, but I thought that this one turned out, it's just cute. I like them. Cute. Anyway, so that is the tutorial. Again, I will link Tina's video down in the description, but let me know if you'd like to see any other tutorials. Stay tuned, because next week I'm going to be starting a series on color theory and how to mix and match colors to create a pleasing aesthetic for your junk journals. If that is something that has kind of escaped you thus far, or it's confusing, or you just are never quite satisfied with the work that you've done on your own layouts or while you're making ephemera, hopefully this series will help you out with that. So come back next week, make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you soon. Bye everybody.